New details about another sexual harassment settlement involving Bill O'Reilly. The former Fox News host reportedly paid $32 million to a longtime network analyst. And all this happened just a month before the company renewed his $25 million a year contract. O'Reilly's spokesman responded to these claims by saying that the information was provided by anonymous sources and is false and defamatory. CNN's Brian Stelter looks into it.
$32 million. It is a staggering sum of money. The amount of money that Bill O'Reilly paid to a longtime legal analyst on Fox News, Lise Wheel, when Wheel came forward with allegations of sexual harassment and other misconduct. Now, Wheel agreed to the $32 million payout, and she disavowed the claims that she made against O'Reilly. All of this happened privately back in January. But the timeline here is remarkable, because just a couple of weeks after the settlement, the $32 million settlement, Fox News went ahead and renewed Bill O'Reilly's contract. He was making about $25 million a year at Fox. But he didn't last very long at the network. As I'm sure you recall, back in April, the New York Times reported on other settlements by O'Reilly to other women accusing him of harassment. Now, those settlements were smaller sums of money, but the revelation about them caused advertisers to flee from his show and caused Fox News to cancel the show. All of that happening a few weeks back in April. But now, in the wake of the Harvey Weinstein scandal and a conversation all across the United States about sexual harassment in workplaces, the New York Times has published this news story about this $32 million settlement. And that price tag is really astonishing to a lot of people. You know, Harvey Weinstein reportedly paid accusers $50,000 or $100,000. Bill O'Reilly had paid small sums of money to other accusers. But the idea that he was willing to pay $32 million to a single accuser is really shocking and causing a lot of people to wonder why Fox News was willing to renew his contract at all. Now, here's what Fox says. It says it didn't know exactly how much money was given over. According to the company, when the company renewed Bill O'Reilly's contract in February, it knew that a sexual harassment lawsuit had been threatened against him by Lise Wheel, but was informed by Mr. O'Reilly that he had settled the matter personally on financial terms that he and Ms. Wheel had agreed were confidential and not disclosed to the company. So that's the official word from Rupert Murdoch's 21st Century Fox. Two big questions moving forward for Fox. Number one, will this affect the ongoing U.S. federal investigation into Fox News? Remember, the Department of Justice has already been looking into the other big issue is involving the Sky deal, this ongoing attempt to buy up the rest of the British satellite network Sky. It has had a hard time. The Murdochs have had a hard time getting the deal through because of scandals back in the United States. And it would seem that this latest revelation about Bill O'Reilly will only complicate matters even more for the Sky deal. Brian Stelter, CNN, New York.
Thank you. And the New York Times is responding to Bill O'Reilly's spokesman, Mark Fabiani, who said the newspaper maliciously smeared the former Fox News host. A spokeswoman for the paper says, quote, Mr. Fabiani addresses everything but what the story actually says. This article, like our previous reporting on the subject, is accurate and deeply reported, and we welcome any challenge to the facts. The affidavit he claims our story ignored is quoted in our article twice.